Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Rick Taylor from Rick Taylor Entertainment, back with another episode of the Rap Draft. And I have two special guests here with me, man. From Why Should I Give a Damn podcast, very own Eric and Collin, man. What's going on with y'all?
What's up, man? We in the building, man. Shout out for Rick for having us, man. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Normally I try to make up a name every day, but you know. Be a little respectful on your platform today.
Yeah.
With Colin Biden?
Yeah, man. Talk, you know what I'm saying?
Colin Vance.
Talk y'all shit, man.
Colin
you know,
Vance.
Y'all guess is me casa, su casa, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly the vibe I be like to have, you know.
I like it, man.
Yeah, and I've been watching y'all stuff for a while, bro.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, bro, this is a dope podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you, man.
And it's good to see everybody doing their thing.
Right.
Like we was just sitting here talking off camera, saying how everybody got their own style.
Yeah.
And I think that's dope for the culture and especially for the city. You know,
Right.
welcome to my podcast. You know,
Yeah.
of course it's a music podcast, but I touch on different topics as well.
Yeah.
But you know, we definitely talk about music. But I want to touch I like to people who I'm interviewing to be transparent and stuff like that. Because, you know, y'all artists too. You know what I'm saying? I like to look at y'all as artists too. If people who's podcasting, like, everything is an art to me.
Yep.
And
Yeah, I was nervous. I'm like, damn, I hope I don't gotta do a surprise freestyle.
no.
I was trying to find some obscure niggas I
Right.
could steal some lines from.
Little
Like,
bar.
Yeah, like, who's that? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I get it. But you know, I like to touch into more of the I guess background and stuff. So I want to ask y'all, like, you know, let the people know who y'all is and what y'all do and stuff like that.
Okay, man. First off, Why Should I Give a Damn podcast, as we already said. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at WSIGAD_podcast. We've been doing this thing since 2020. The pandemic is when we started doing the podcast. And just like everybody, you know, we start getting a little free money, a little extra money coming in.
Stimulus.
And a little stimmy stem, you know. And we decided, you know what? Let's do something. Let's make something happen that we can invest in, because at the end of the day, I feel like as black people, all of us have a podcast, just everybody don't record it.
Right.
You know, if you go to any black house, any black blunt session, any black session after whatever, it's a podcast going on. If you're in any job and you got black people around you, it's a podcast going on. Whatever. Everybody not recording their podcast. So I figure, you know, a lot of the stuff we talk about, you know, me and Collin, this is my god brother. We didn't know each other like 99.9% of our life. Our parents didn't know each other. So we pretty much like blood related. So me and Collin already been able to, you know, comfortable having those type of debate and uncomfortable and conversations, you know, because when you do a podcast, you can't do it with people who can't handle those heated situations, heated topics. There's a lot of times we might go heated after on camera, and then after camera, you know, we laughing and stuff.
Right,
you know?
right.
So you can't do a podcast with everybody because the shit gets deep, the shit gets personal sometimes. As you, the viewers, may know, y'all see the arguments. Y'all may even see some shit y'all disagree with and get heated yourself. So, you know, that's how we started during the pandemic, debating, having conversations and stuff like that. And right now, you know, it's going on 4 years. And, you know, just some encouragement for those of you guys who create content out there. You know, you got to really be patient, because I'll say this, it's going on 4 years, but at this fourth year right now, I say it's been our best year as far as like viewership, as far as like content wise, as far as what we've been able to accomplish this year. This is our best year. And, you know, so sometimes you have to be patient, keep putting the work in, be consistent. And I think after being consistent for so much time, people are finally starting to, you know, tune in and respect and whatnot, just like yourself. You know, That's how I got on your pod, your show, is the consistency. I'm seeing so much. I'm seeing it back to back to where it becomes a staple in my algorithm now. It becomes something I'm looking for. When I see a new artist and I see, like, you know, somebody like a DJ, one of the best female rappers in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Somebody like a Juke Marciano, one of the best female rappers in Shout out to my boy King Smith. Like, a lot of the people I mess with hard, I'm seeing them.
Are those the pronouns that Juke uses?
What was that?
Are those the pronouns Juke
I don't know what pronouns. Shout out Juke. I don't know what pronouns you use. Shout out them.
And I do want to add some context. Eric being a little unfair. We had early rough reiterations of podcasts back in the day, 2011, 2012.
Yeah, I didn't even go that deep. Right.
Because it's the kind of shtick of like, damn, they made podcast mics cheap and everybody ran and got some.
Yeah.
And that was true. We did invest in it. You know, him and his wife, we had a lot of setups, so they definitely invest, everybody on the team. But we was doing this for a while back when, you know, we were an official podcast. You had like because he was having a technology, he had an iPad.
Yeah.
We would just spin that bitch around and have people on. So he had radio shows early. We had Talk Your Shit.
Yeah.
And we were doing that for a while. And then I think we were about to record a show and his wife went into labor. So we would take hiatuses. Right. And then, you know, he hit me up and I, you know, like I said, we talk shit. So whenever he says he's a podcast, that's the one thing I asked, like, damn, let me be on there. And we just kind of went from there. Yeah. A lot of family. Everybody really likes the I guess the chemistry and how we go off each other. That's just like you said, we've known each other forever. We've been having arguments, so we still mastering it, but it's naturally the chemistry there because, like I said, that's my bro. So you know, the best podcast, unfortunately, we start recording is before the show.
Exactly.
I be telling stop wasting. We wasting good material before the show.
Yeah, natural. Also, shout out. I gotta give a shout out to Breezy, my little sister, who's also been on the show since day one. Shout out Breezy, the barber. Make sure you follow the Groom Room LLC if you want to get a fresh cut. The Groom Room LLC on Instagram. Make sure you tap in, get that cut, get that freshness. You know, shout out my little sister Breezy doing her thing. Entrepreneur, young lady in the building, man. Right. So always gonna support fam. You know what time it is.
Right, man. That's crazy that y'all been doing it for this long, bro, like 2011. Like, is that like, how does it feel to like take a hiatus and be back doing it better than ever? And it's like, man, we started in 2011, now we here and we going strong. Like, did y'all ever knew y'all was gonna get back to it, or it was just like, let's just we picked up where we left off at?
Well, like Collin said, man, the startup was us doing radio shows. I mean, I don't know if you remember Spreaker. I think it was a Spreaker app where we used to go live on the shows and stuff like that. Then I had a show called Talk Your Shit where it was a solo podcast where I was doing it by myself, but then I realized this is hard as fuck. And then I think I had Collin as like a guest one time. I'm like, no, you got to be on the show because you take so much weight off me having to talk nonstop. So then me and Collin started doing it, and then it kind of evolved. And that's another thing too that I think that is important for people to understand, that, and no matter what you're doing, you don't know what your final form is going to be. So that beginning form, it might be rough, it might be something, but your final form might be a whole nother level or a whole nother thing. So, you know, in the beginning stages, we switched it up. We had a lot of ups and downs, but it was nothing like what we're doing now. But we had to keep learning, keep, making mistakes, keep not seeing numbers, not seeing people wanting to click the stuff, and kind of learning the algorithm game as well. As you probably know, you got to play as a content creator. It's the game within the game.
Right, I'm still learning that too, like the algorithm. And that's just crazy because like what y'all even talking about, like you wanted to have a partner. Like I see I got other people on there as well. Like how did y'all pick y'all panelists and your other co-hosts and stuff like that?
Well, we got my younger sister, Breezy, so she was easy because, like I said, she's another person that we grew up with, so we can have those candid conversations where we don't have to worry about censoring ourselves. Because what I tell them all the time is, we're not famous. We're not popular people. So we don't have no leverage on the podcast game. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to listen to us unless we're honest or entertaining. So if we get up here, we're not famous enough or popular enough to get on camera and jack and cap and tiptoe and try to pander. That's for people who already got a following, who already got dick riders and shit. We don't got that. So from our level, our thing is we keep it real. We keep it bluntly honest. And a lot of times we're going to say some shit that in the regular, this new soft ass world that y'all live in now on the internet, the regular world, you're going to get canceled for. So that's one of the things. That's the reason why the show is called Why Should I Give a Damn? Because it's multiple meanings. Why should I give a damn? Meaning, why should I give a damn about the opinions? Why should I give a damn about being canceled? Why should I give a damn about being, accepted by you motherfuckers when y'all gonna teeter-tot anyway? Right. But then at the second time, on another note, it's a question. It's why should you give a damn? Because sometimes you do need to give a damn, and we have to question why should we be giving credence or why should we be giving energy to certain topics. And sometimes some of this stuff is stupid, but when we give our twist to it, we can kind of give you the reason of why we're talking about this type of stuff, because it caters, it goes into something deeper than just what's a headline you might see on Facebook.
Right. And going back with Rick, like while y'all was starting off, we had a few reiterations of the show. Like now that I'm really thinking about it, a couple DEI hires, you know. But we had a couple other ladies on the show, and they were cool. Tara and Della.
Shout out Tara, shout out Della.
Those are cool. We were early figuring stuff out. 2 girls, 2 guys, all had different opinions. Early, Bree was kind of labeled as a pick me. She was, which surprised me. Yeah, that was around. Now I won't say that Kevin Samuels era, but it was kind of eras. You like, damn, some of y'all was tripping. Yeah. So. You know, she kind of held it down, and we always had like a super outspoken a woman to kind of counteract that. You know, and as we get older and stuff changes, views change. But you know, they kind of shut off because we're gonna be the main 3 core, because we could just riff off each other, and it don't work for everybody. You know, but you know, Eric, we found some people that they talk shit. It's great online, and then when you put the mic on, it's totally different. That's what we learned over the years. There's some people that's funny as hell. They got all the comments, the comment warriors, and they come on the show. It be drunk, high, or just don't talk at all.
That's the biggest thing we had to learn, man, is everybody that can talk on Facebook or talk on Twitter can't talk on camera. You know, when you get them lights and you get that camera, see, and you know this too. A lot of people think they can get up here and talk. They think this podcast and stuff is easy. They think what they see Charlamagne and Envy them doing is easy. They think what they see Joe Budden and them doing is easy, but to be able to talk and make sense and actually say stuff that people actually want to listen to, especially if you're not already famous, because that's another thing. You got to cheat. If you're already famous, that's a cheat code, because people are tuning into you just because you're you. But if you have no fame to back up your podcast, everything you do is predicated on you being entertaining or you showing somebody or saying something that they feel like they wouldn't have otherwise heard had they not listened to what you're bringing to the table. So it's been a good challenge. I love it. I love the challenge, and like I said, it also is one of those things where, like I said, we all family at the end of the day. So the biggest thing for me is it's therapeutic, because at the end of the day, if nobody listens to the show, I got a chance to let off my steam every Sunday when we record. And now we go live, so other people get to chime in. Shout out everybody that tunes in every Sunday live with us. But, you know, it's a chance to get our steam off and say some shit sometimes. And I feel like that's healthy. Right. Sometimes you just got to let it all out. And the fact that we do it live and we record it, you know, sometimes you might hear some shit that's a little, you know, over the top, but that's how we felt. So.
Right. And, you know, and that's what I like about podcasting too, is like it's like therapeutic. You can get your stuff off and stuff like that and tell people how you've been feeling, or you can get to know other people and see other people. Oh, this person just like me, or like your favorite artist. Like, you know, of course I interview rappers and stuff like that. So it's like let me pick the brain of some of your favorite rappers, or see how their lifestyle is, or ask the questions that people want to know. And it's just like you never know. Like I'm learning something every day, and every time I'm recording, and every time I'm meeting new people. So I think that's the real beauty of it that I receive out of it. So I think that's dope. And like the hardest part, like we were always talking about, is staying consistent. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we already know how it feel. Like, we're not famous, so we get distracted by those views sometimes, or what somebody else is doing. And I had to tell myself that I want to know if y'all had the same roadblock. Like sometimes, or starting off, you might be looking at a Joe Budden or $1 million worth of game, or all these other bigger budgets, and be like, man, I want my stuff like that, or my stuff not like that, so they're not gonna mess with me. But it's like those people started in one place too, and also we got to understand these people have $1 million budgets and all kind of stuff like that. And like you said, their name is a cheat code.
They got a name,
it's a cheat code. And I just think it's like I said, I've been doing this for years too. Like before the podcast, I was doing interviews, and I just changed it to a podcast because I wanted to be on the microphone and hear myself talk and stuff. And it's like
that's rare. Most people don't want to hear themselves. Well, I think a lot of people do want to just hear themselves talk, but most people are like, I like that. I
gotta get over that.
Right, and that's how I was at first. Like, I don't know, but then I'm like, no, I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's helping me improve with my question action, my talking, speech, and all that. And just giving me like, you know, different, just the people who I'm touching. and like people who I'm meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, man, like y'all reach out to me, we reach out to each other. Right? It's dope to know that we all in the same community trying to like, you know, get our dream and pursue our brands and stuff like that. So
kind of what y'all was saying, like the podcast game is like the rap game. Like it's really 90% hustle, grind, manipulation, and about 10% talent. Probably a little more because you still have to be talented, but you know, somebody like Mr. Beast, you know, he just knew that's like the ultimate, like the epitome, the gold standard of what like content creator. Like you probably want to get that high, but he just knew how to beat the algorithm and manipulate it. And we all could do that, but there's a certain point where it gets annoying. Like you can, you know, there's a couple points. I remember like at one point we went kind of a little fake viral. We put we was talking about Kevin Samuels, but he was popping at the time. We was like, damn, we could really do this every week, but that's low key corny. But then you see people take that step, so it's like you do, like we not famous, so you do have to take that step. Like, okay, like we need a viral moment. Do you stage something? Do you hire a Charleston White? Like you start understanding why people just go this low level route. Like it's people like in Chicago, they'll interview the same Chicago people every time. But you know, I'm gonna get 100, 200, 300,000. I can spend it. So you have to have a certain point where you like, damn, how far do I want to go with this? What's the move I want to take? It's you know, content, music, movies, it's like the ocean right now. And to find something in the ocean is impossible. So you have to find like a way to stand out. And we still holding it tight to the ground. But yeah, even me, I'm thinking like, damn, I like where we're at, but you know, do we got to do something crazy to really get on or something like that?
We don't know until we get that first big check. Everybody, we can talk all this humble shit all we want to, but that first check comes, it's like, oh, what?
But we humble in a sense, like we not doing crazy bits and sticks and, you know what I mean? Like, but you kind of have to do that. So it's like, I see it all the time, like, oh, this kid has 1 million streamers, but he's just copying everybody else, you know what I mean? So
So it's kind of like, you know, we in a time where content is everything and clout is everything, and a lot of people doing different things and silly stuff to try to get their stuff popping. And I feel like, you know, a lot of times we might be in a boat like we don't want to do that. We want to be original. We want to just get put on from our actual being us, versus had to take the next route like everybody else been doing. Even though you see it working for everybody, but I think that's another thing that like can like steer you off sometimes. Where I say we taking the stairs versus the elevator. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's I think it's gonna be more like paid off. Like it's gonna feel good at the end.
Well, that's because when you take the stairs, you building stamina, you building muscle, you building health. Like there's benefits, there's health benefits to the stairs than there is to the elevator. Elevator is more convenient, but most of the time, the more convenient answer is not the best answer. So I think like I like taking this route, and like I said, I like the fact that when you do the slow grind, the people that follow you are really followers. It's not just you putting out a viral trend and you get a bunch of, you know, fast, like want to be on the wave at the time followers. Like I can honestly say, like the people who follow us, the people who tune in, the people who mess with us are real followers, real people who actually support. So that's the most important thing. Like one real fan is worth more than 10 fake fans, because those 10 fake fans will slide away as soon as you not saying what they want you to say. Right. So you got to kind of, you know, cater to that, and that's one of the things I learned with content creation is support quality, I'll call it. Whereas the quality of your supporters, because a lot of times you get caught up in those numbers, but the whole time those people don't even give a damn about your profile or your page. You just hit an algorithm in which Facebook or Instagram or Twitter just happens to be, or I'm X, my bad, I'm old. But you just hit an algorithm where they put you in the algorithm and people are seeing it, but it ain't necessarily people checking on you. It ain't necessarily people caring about what you got to say. So it's like I said, it's a game within a game. I appreciate it. Man, just for Milwaukee right now, I feel like we have so many platforms. All these artists, all these comedians, all these people that have talent in our city. The only way this talent is going to be seen by the masses is if we create our own platforms. We can't wait for BET and MTV and all these other people to come. We got to create our own BETs and MTVs right up here in MKE. You know what I mean?
That's facts.
So that's what I'm about, is creating platforms so other people, so I can pay it forward and we can push and lift people up to the top where they belong in our city.
Right, and I think we're doing a good job with that too, bro. Like, Milwaukee is really like having that spotlight on us, bro. Like, from music to podcasting to clothing to everything, bro. And it's beautiful to see how it's slowly unfolding. Like and it's one of those things too. Like, we had to grind. Like, I know we felt like we've been overlooked for a long time, but that's like anything. Like, I feel like us it taking us this long really helped us and built more character for us, and we didn't miss no skip. We ain't skipped no steps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like once, because you can get that viral moment and that fame and come overnight, but it's like it might be something you're not ready for because you didn't go through all the steps and all the grind and all that pain to get to where you get right now to know how I feel to come up.
It was funny on our way up here. I was just telling Colin, I wonder if you go through this too. We was talking about not being ready for certain stuff. The only thing I haven't been ready for is the random people coming up to you that may have seen a clip, or the random people in the city like, hey, I know you from the podcast, or random people want to debate because they heard you say something in the clip. Like I said, I posted on my Facebook like a month or two ago, like I had a random person, because everybody, I'm the number one Wale hater in America, okay? I'm the number one Wale hater in America, okay? Worst rapper alive, bottom 5, okay? Yeah. I'm not even going to debate
Rick,
that.
Can I ask your opinion on Wale over here?
I'm not a big Wale fan. Like,
he's a real nigga. He's a real nigga.
And I don't want to. And like, I be times and these be like, man, he cold as a mother cold. I just don't say nothing because I'm like, I'm not finna just give in. I'm not saying he's super trash or nothing, but I'm just he ain't my cup of tea. Like that. He might have a couple joints. Like, okay,
real niggas icon.
But I'm not finna act like. To me, he's a goat, like, because people be like, man, y'all be sleeping, bro. I'm like,
these are emotional dark-skinned niggas, which is abomination. Like I said, I was at a fucking gas station, a random nigga robot, Wale the GOAT. It is like, when I'm looking around, who the fuck is that? Like,
Wale is like your LeBron and your Skip Bayless, though. You're kind of synonymous with hating him.
I'm cool with him. I got it in my bottle. I got number one Wale hater in my Facebook bio now. I owned it now. So a lot of you niggas hate too. Everybody hates somebody. Own that shit. Right. Like I said, Kendrick said I'm the biggest hater. Y'all sucked his dick. So I don't want to hear shit about hate no more. Y'all love haters.
Right.
I want to flip and ask Rick a question or two. What's the biggest thing you've learned doing this so far? Like, it's like do's or don'ts. Like, what's the biggest lesson you learned since you've been doing it throughout your different reiterations of doing the media?
Like, keep pushing, don't stop. You ain't gotta have it all figured out. You ain't gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's no right or wrong way of doing this stuff, or there's no outlook. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be you. That's the main part. That's simple as that. Be you.
Be you.
Because I've been looking like, damn, I want to get my stuff like that. They got that. Just be you and just be yourself. And don't worry about the negativity. And just be your own self. Be your own man. Be your own brand. You know.
Don't second guess shit, man.
Don't second guess nothing. Another thing too, bro. Procrastination.
Yeah.
Procrastination, bro. Like,
silent killer, for real.
Silent killer, bro.
I suffer from it myself.
Yeah, silent killer, bro.
And another quick question, no names. Has there been an interview you did where you was like, I'm never interviewing this person again?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say no names, but I had something like, man.
like you just knew, like, damn, I'm trying to end this shit, get this nigga out of here.
Motherfucker ain't what I thought it would be, you know what I'm saying? Or it'd be like, damn, what was I thinking?
A lot of times them be the overly chopped, can't handle the weed niggas, bro. Like,
bro.
Like I said, a lot of y'all niggas be smoking all that weed, but y'all don't know how to talk when y'all high. Y'all get quiet or y'all get scary. Y'all get mute and shit. Like, nah, bro. Maybe weed ain't. Maybe you need a Red Bull instead of a weed for the pot,
right, bro. And even with the freestyles, you know what I'm saying? I'm not shitting nobody, but I'm like, just come in and do you. Like, be yourself. Like, you ain't got to automatically just off the top just try to freestyle. Because some people try to do. I'm like, bro, just rap something you wrote.
But your freestyle brand and road, I be watching the freestyle, and I'm gonna tell you the pressure on niggas now. It's you getting into that Rap City, the basement territory where if I'm watching and I see 8 niggas freestyling and niggas getting off, now I feel like I gotta get in here like be rapping and shit. Now I feel like I gotta have an 8 mile ass freestyle to get on here. So I think motherfuckers be having that pressure, man, which is good. That is respect.
See, this is like a weird divide because I've noticed that there's a lot of people who still think when they hear freestyle, top of the dome. I think
I'm one of those niggas.
See, that's what I'm saying. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I think I think at this point we kind of know like On the Radar or Funk, like those are unreleased songs. So every once in a while somebody will come, but like I'll see people like this nigga wrote that. I'm like, well, everybody writes theirs now because no one wants to get embarrassed. But we came up ciphering like you ran out of gas. Next nigga hop out. I don't think that's happening no more.
That's why I don't freestyle because the art is gone.
Yeah, and the young kids are like on Whippets and they're like buying stuff. So they're not really rapping. They're just saying cool little shit. Like look at the WSL freestyle. They said the dude Four Bats, the AI rapper. Right. They said they didn't name him, but they said he ran out of the WXL freshman photo shoot when it was time to freestyle. I gotta go change my clothes. I gotta run to the car. Said the nigga left, but it was like, and you realize like, oh, he wasn't in there because he's singing auto tune and shit like that. So he's like, I can't fucking rap.
He sing auto tune plus the damn what's the pitches?
Oh my god, he sound like Alvin and Chipmunk with the AI projector.
Right, so it's like, I ain't no
the old school nigga in me. I just want us to stop calling it freestyle. That's all. Like I recognize that I'm an old school nigga. That I came up in that era where freestyle was top of the dome. Whatever came to mind. None of this pre-written or unreleased song bullshit that y'all call. Can we just call it Lucy's or unreleased songs or
even acapellas? Even when you freestyle battle, you didn't have a couple bars laid out in the back of the head?
No, none of that shit. It was all top of the dome and all that sort of shit. Now, what I would do, I might have one bar out the gate, one little icebreaker bar in my head to get it rolling. I might have one of those.
Go off of that.
Yeah, one little introductionary bar. That's it. But all of this little pre-written cute shit these niggas doing, that's all. That I don't. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I don't have a problem with it. My problem isn't that you have a written. My problem is that you're calling it a freestyle. I don't think that should be called a freestyle.
Right, and that's why I stop. Like when I be in the inbox or something, if I want somebody to come do a rap, I don't even say freestyle. I'm like, just come rap on the podcast.
Smart, yeah.
Because they be like, man, I don't, because they you could confuse somebody like nah, I don't freestyle, bro. I'll just.
But I respect that people still have that thought of I gotta come off top of it. At least it's still there. So I do that kind of shows like that hip hop lineage that we think is gone is still kind of seeping through. It's through less kids, but it's still kind of coming through.
And I ain't gonna lie, I give people who came up here and actually did that. I gotta give y'all y'all just do because it take a lot of balls to come up here and do that. And you know what I'm saying? Because freestyle is hard.
Has anybody ever like freestyle, didn't like it, told you to cut it or something like that?
Yeah.
Of course. That's mandatory. I freestyle some trash shit. We ain't finna keep that, bro. Like, but that's part of the free. I'm pretty sure people used to go on Big Ticker and do the same shit. But in the basement, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of our favorite rappers we'll never know about that got trash ass freestyles that got scrapped because motherfuckers like, nah, bro, we can't keep that. Or the label may even call. Nah, bro, we can't keep that. Yeah, when it comes to like I said, when it comes to music, I think part of the problem is you got trash. I think freestyling started getting a bad rep because trash freestylers freestyle more than people with skill.
Right.
That's what happened. Because I remember I used to love to freestyle and all this other shit, but then I get to a cypher and all the trash niggas is loud and freestyling the most and shit. So now I don't even want to freestyle and shit because now I feel like a designer shirt that's trying to put myself on the shelf on a Marshall's Burlington ass nigga and shit. Like, I don't belong here. I'm an upper echelon type of freestyler. So you niggas, this lower level shit I can't do. So that's what I'm saying, and then you always hear about the nigga at the club that's freestyling over the raps and the annoying niggas. So those annoying ass niggas kind of made freestyling a bad thing, and then we turned it into something else. And I got to give another something. Jay-Z and Wayne fucked a lot of niggas up. Jay-Z and Wayne fucked a lot of niggas up. With the I don't write nothing, I don't write nothing. So then everybody felt like that was the standard, and we start getting these trash raps from crackheads and them motherfuckers who have no business.
Heads. And that's crazy. Not to cut you off, that's crazy because I was just going to say that. Like, that's another thing right there as an artist. People be trying to be like, everybody, like, oh, I'm going to be like Wayne. I'm going to be like Jay-Z. They don't write. I'm like, that just because they don't do that don't mean you can do that. You gotta polish your game to get to that. You know
and even then, like a lot of these, some people can do it well. It's rare, but they read, they travel, they watch. So the references were extensive. That's the one thing, we gotta go back to Wale. The one thing I would give them, I'm a sports fiend. So you have a good sports reference, you can kind of win my heart, but that means you were watching games or you say certain words. So the Wayne and certain people, Nas, Tony L was like, damn, this nigga read books. Like, yeah, you have to have an expansive vocabulary and kind of know shit to rap. So all of this shit to me, like I said, I was started thinking like I was trying to write a love letter to rap. Like I think I'm kind of done because there's nobody that really warms my heart. It's some people that can really freestyle I've heard, but I'm like, I've heard all these bars before. Even if you got passion and you really rapping, like I'm listening to old niggas. I go see Jadakiss. We went to go see Juvenile. I get reached. I'm like, damn, like I don't think this can be recreated. You know, people like Busta Rhymes. I'm seeing Goodness Flowers on Twitter. No people we grew up on. So I just think it's a whole nother game. And I'm like, I mean, even when there's people who can really, really rap, there's people I like. You know, I like the JIDs and all that. I think I'm just kind of done. And I start thinking like, you know, rap just had his 50th birthday. Are we gonna be a very young genre? Are we gonna be a genre of the past? Because
that's what it seemed like.
Rap is like mainstream. Rap is down. I remember I always say growing up, like I went to a white school, so like when you think about like the senior shirts or the senior phrases, it was always some rap thing. So I was like, rap was mainstream. We all listened to the radio. We all knew the top hits. Those days are gone, and obviously they're investing a lot of money back in the pop, Afro beats. I can see it where it's like, because who's really the top really selling rapper? I mean, we have the quote unquote big three, but other than that,
we know who the GOAT is. Right? You know, Drizzy Drake. Okay, Drizzy Drake.
I fuck with Drake.
OVO Eric. OVO Eric.
I had to put I don't got my OVO hoodie on, but y'all know what time it is. If you follow me, y'all know what time it is.
Yeah, he Team Drake.
Team Drake all day. But I fuck with Kendrick too. I fuck with Kendrick. I fuck with Cole. I fuck with all of them. But my thing is, right now, I feel like part of the problem with rap is we don't appreciate all the elements of hip hop. We don't appreciate all the styles of hip hop. Yeah. When you listen to rock music, you have softcore rock, you have metal, you have hard rock, you have all sorts of genres, right? And every genre, you don't compare Metallica with like Smash Mouth, or you don't compare Empire of the Sun with certain of these other like Slipknot and shit. Right.
We're the only genre that
we're the only genre that puts everybody in one category. So even with this, you know, with the Kendrick and Drake shit that happened this year, the only thing that kind of annoyed me about the whole dialogue that went on with this is I don't even put Kendrick and Drake in the same. Who puts Kendrick and Drake in the same fucking category?
It's crazy because
I listened to 2 reasons.
Right, it was crazy because I'm like, this ain't even a good. I mean, they both dope. This matchup don't even make sense.
Right, it don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like. And it just
Cole and Kendrick made sense.
Yeah, Cole and Kendrick made sense, but I see why that didn't happen. That's crazy because I can bring that up. And it's crazy because that's my next thing, because I was like, so we seen what happened with Cole. And a lot of people, I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of them people who was like, bro, you don't do that, bro. Like, I get it, though. I get it from a grown man's perspective.
I'm gonna be honest, it didn't hit. Like, people were like heartbroken. You know, shout out Ronnie, watching I give it to them team.
Yeah.
Or, you know, cameraman, you know, definitely, you know, fixture on the show. He was like really heartbroken because he was the cold guy. Like, we all have this artist we'll have the shield for, we'll take all the arrows for. Cold you know, guy. His used to be Bow Wow, but you know, mine's P.D. Paul, but we have ours. Yeah. But he was like really heartbroken, and he was like the first, he's done, he's dead to me. And even with the explanation, I seen people really like hating him, and I'm like, you know what? I understood it.
You heard
like
the preview. You heard the song he just dropped?
Yeah, the San Antonio, Port San Antonio. Yeah.
Pussiest song of the year. Pussiest song of the year, bro. Like I said, he should have put the Pussycat Dolls on that shit for the hook.
Now, do you think he did it just from a reference? Like, I'm not really just trying to like.
He did it from a save face.
He did it. I think he wanted to have a hip hop battle, and he kind of realized, oh, this is gonna be war. That's what his people said, and that's what he said. And it's listen, I'm not vouching for it, but I understand. Because his he could have sparred with him. He tapped him. The bars was great. But then he deleted the song, and that was crazy.
That's extra. You don't
That's
delete
my
the
only
song.
thing. Him deleting the song was crazy.
He took it down for real.
Cole was the nigga beating niggas up, putting his chest out, and then when the pistols came out, he wasn't really about that life. Like, you're not really that nigga. Like, my problem is, and I need to ask the people. I need to ask the people. I need to know, how the fuck are we giving Cole credit for bitching out a battle, pussying up out of battle? You went to battle, got scared. Oh, I don't want to lose a bro. I don't want to have a fall.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about that. But then on the flip side, this nigga Drake went 1 on 20.
Yeah.
And he's the problem.
Yeah.
And then the other problem I have, bro, is I got a list of problems, right? I'm sorry. I don't want to go too far.
Go ahead,
I don't want to go
shit.
too deep.
You done turn my mic off for about 10 minutes. Let him rock.
I'm sorry. But the other problem I have with this whole situation is I'm a person, I'm OC. I feel like a lot of people today have what I call short-term memory. I always tell Colin, I feel like, you remember Men in Black when they came in and erased people's memory? I feel like for some reason, I don't know if the government has this, but it seems like every once in a while, y'all memory get erased. But I'm old enough to remember shit. I'm one of the few people who still got memory left.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people who still didn't take the amnesia pill, so I remember shit. And I remember not too long ago when Kendrick dropped Mr. Morale. And I remember being one of those niggas beating on the drum like, this is what black people need. This is what black men need. I remember being one of those people beating on the drum saying, you know, everybody can't be a Drake. We need that Kendrick to counteract the Drakes. Drake is necessary. Kendrick is necessary. It's like fire and water. You need both of the elements, right? We want our entertainment. We want our lighthearted shit. We want our girly and our softer shit. We also want our hardcore and our real and our gritty like Kendrick.
Yeah.
They feed both sides. My problem is when Kendrick gave us a decade of pro-black music. Kendrick gave us a decade of black excellence, and you niggas start calling them boring. You niggas start saying, oh, he don't got hits. You same niggas. I remember you niggas. I still have my memory. I didn't get white. But then when he disses Drake and doing some pedophile, now all of a sudden we got dashikis on, we got our fist up. Now that he crip walking and Bloods and Pyrus on stage putting the piece together, now all of a sudden we Juneteenth celebrating all this other shit. Where was the pro-black at all these years when Kendrick was giving us black excellence? I just hate the notion that it took for Kendrick to diss Drake for us to acknowledge his greatness when this nigga been great for a decade plus. So that's the only reason why I kind of had to default side with Drake too. Not only just being a fan of Drake, but the fact that I'm not finna just hop on. I've been on Kendrick. I'm not new to Kendrick. So I'll let you niggas have this new Kendrick wave, but I gotta appreciate what Drake brings to the table too. Because at the end of the day, the nigga drops music. All these other niggas, 4 years to drop, 5 years to drop. The nigga drops consistently quality music. And without Drake, when you take the Drakes out the game and you just have Kendricks, that shit'll be boring. Yeah, you take the Kendricks out the game and you just have the Drakes, that shit'll get watered down. So appreciate both elements is all I'm saying. Don't try to get on your little Hotep high horse and act like you're a fake Kendrick fan when you was one of the same niggas calling Mr. Morale boring. Okay?
Right. Wow. Right. It always takes some beef for people to like try to take a side of, oh yeah, bro, cold. Like, come on now, y'all know Drake cold too. Like, don't act like that.
Yeah, they both cold. They both cold at what they do. But at this point, it's like comparing a cornerback to a fucking running back. Like they're elite at two different positions.
Yeah,
like I just don't understand the comparison.
That's like the Mike and LeBron type
exactly.
of, two different players.
Going back to Cole, bringing it back to Cole, who just dropped more recently. I just don't understand how you going off saying you the best rapper for the past year. You putting your chest out. This is what I don't understand.
Crazy.
This is what I don't understand. Let's rewind back to
crazy.
Because like I said, I got to tap my memory back here. Let's go back to let's go back to first person shooter. Let's go back to first person shooters. Who was the one who sent the shots at Kendrick? Like if you listen to those verses, who really shot at Kendrick's? Niggas be thinking they stepping someone about to, eat them for breakfast, whatever the fuck he said, whatever soft that shit he said.
So it's like, what, like...
He the one who mentioned Kendrick subliminally on first person shooter. He's the one that said, I feel like Muhammad Ali, meaning he the greatest out of the big three. Cole said that. Drake, I didn't even like Drake verse on first person shooter. That was like a mild Drake verse. He wasn't dissing nobody. So for all of a sudden, for Kendrick's response to be the diss Drake, and then on top of that, who was the first person ever in the history to diss Kendrick? The first person in the history of the rap game to give Kendrick a diss song was J motherfucking Cole. And then he pulls out, and then all our energy went towards Drake. I just don't understand why. I don't like how J. Cole got off scotch free.
Yeah, I wanted to see the J. Yeah, I feel like he still should have shot somebody.
He should get dissed, bro.
You don't make no song about me, then take it down. You still get hit with these.
Like Drake was fair game. I get it. Kendrick had to do what he had to do. But I just feel like it was like a school shooter, and then you're gonna skip the nigga who bullied you the most? Like shoot that nigga too.
Right. Kendrick didn't throw no bars at J. Cole at all?
None. I haven't heard anything regarding Kendrick. If I'm missing something,
I thought he did say like a little. He had like a little shop.
What was it?
Niggas pulling out from war or something like that. Like I think within those he did. It was a little.
That's not good enough.
No.
Now when you're calling the other nigga who didn't diss you, like I said, let's remind you. I don't feel like Drake and Kendrick even had a real beef. Let's not remind you. I was just listening to. Fuck for Free, the Khaled song with Drake, like, and
that's not what it's called.
How does his name?
I know.
You're talking about.
But remember when Drake was like my boy from Compton say,
yeah.
What'd he say?
The dick ain't free.
The dick ain't free, right? He was referring to Kendrick. Why would he even refer to a nigga on the song if he don't have respect or like for him?
So my thing is like, where has this animosity and beef always came from?
Kendrick said it. It's always been like a sport. Kendrick and Drake, I feel like the Kendrick and Drake shit was always like a sport. I feel like I'm better. You feel like you better. Drake put Kendrick on his first tour and catapulted his career. Like, let's not get it twisted. Drake and Kendrick always had a respect. I don't give a fuck about. Everybody like to bring that control shit up. Fuck, They don't give a fuck. That was 10. Like that was back when Obama was president and shit. Nobody's listening to Control no more. Okay, Control did his thing. It made its effect and it's over with. Everybody trying to tie that into what's happening now. I think them niggas been over that shit. I think, like I said, they got on first person shooter. Cole starts saying a little shit. Kendrick felt some way, so he bucked back, and then Cole pussied out, and Drake had to take on everybody by himself. I don't understand. Me and you,
I don't know. I think Rick is insinuating something crazy. I think there's a lot of people in the industry. Drake is a very businessman, so he cease and desist. You got to pay this. Yeah. You know, for me to be on your song on your publishing, I think a lot of people were wrong. I think the final straw was him sending a cease and desist or some letter to French Montana.
Fuck French Montana.
And I agree, but I'm saying a lot of people, you got to use something as a Trojan horse of hate, or it has to be hate by proxy. So it's like, okay, now they'll get on that board. So we know Rick Ross is a French DJ Khaled type of alum. Like, and again, I'm on your side, but I'm breaking it down.
I didn't want to mention.
I feel like there's a lot of people who like, damn, this little white random nigga, he's kind of doing too much. Right. I want publishing on this. I'm hitting you back. I'm suing you. Take my business shit, and they're doing off the strength. So they go, wait a minute, I made you good in my city, which they're all right. From Miami to L.A., Texas, he can claim all these places, but I think that's where it comes from. That's all I'm saying. I don't vouch for it, but I think that's where it comes from. It's a little deeper than just, oh, it's my time now. Like, no, these niggas have been learned. That's why you think, damn, you did a song with this nigga, but you gotta think this last song you did with Kendrick was well over a decade ago. Poetic Justice was a long time ago. Like, a lot of these people, he haven't did songs where you see him throwing little subliminals that they said Brian at Jay-Z. Like, he probably felt like, damn, a lot of people love me, but a lot of people were like, we don't do it this way. And a lot of people are realizing, you know what? You are a Jewish nigga from Canada. For Canada. The beer's kicking in. Right. But no, overall though, like I think it is deeper than that. I follow a couple people in the music industry, so it'd be funny. So they've been dropping subliminals for years. So I think it's been a lot of hate. I think Pusha T kind of opened up a lot of doors.
You think niggas bitches was getting fucked?
That's the part. That was his last avalanche because it was Metro Boomin. So you gotta think Metro Boomin is a producer.
The corniest nigga of the beef.
But he's a producer. Mm-hmm. So we gonna make a whole subliminal album about this nigga. If you really break it down. So that's why he says 20 versus 1. It's ASAP Rocky. Yeah. It's The Weeknd. It's all these niggas.
All of a sudden shit.
So yeah,
now, The Weeknd is one of the few niggas, even though I'm not a fan, he's one of the he has a baby lotion, baby oil Diddy voice. I don't like him.
Fire artist though.
But he got talent. And Weeknd has a real gripe because, like I said, if everything they say is true, Drake down there took a whole album or a whole concept album and put his own verse. Because a lot of those songs, when you listen to Take Care, you can tell that they were Weeknd type songs that Drake just kind of minimized Weeknd to a hook and put verses on. Which if I was Drake, I would do the same thing. Fuck all, you ain't finna come here and be the coldest album on me and this my label. I'm finna put my shit on that too. Mm-hmm. Genius shit, Drake. But at the end of the day, bro, I just feel like
genius or Jewish.
Both.
You can blank that out.
Yeah.
We might get flagged.
Kanye shit, well, shout out gay. But I just think, man, when it comes down, people just got to appreciate all the elements, bro. People got to appreciate what everybody brings to the table. And like J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, they all bring something kind of different to the table. And they all have talent in their own way. I just don't like how when this beef happened, everybody try to act like they don't appreciate what Drake brings to the table. And to me, what I really wish could happen, since everybody's all Kendrick and we all have our church shoes on and we're crip walking and stuff like that now, I really wish that we can get a year of nothing but Kendrick Lamar type rappers. Like, I wish the radio would just say, you know what, we're not going to play nothing but the Kendricks and Lupes and Mos Defs and J. Cole's for a year straight. And I promise you, by a year from now, y'all would be begging for Drake to come back. Begging for, not just Drake, but the Drake type artists. And it would be the same if it was flipped around. Eliminate the Kendricks. Eliminate the Lupes. Eliminate Common. Eliminate all these people. Eliminate all the people that actually have bars. Eminem and all of those. Eminem who just dropped. Eliminate those and just put nothing but the Drakes and nothing but the Futures and nothing but those on. You'll be begging for Kendrick. You'll be begging for Lupe. So I just feel like we're spoiled music wise because we get it so quick, and we don't have an appreciation for the greatness that people bring in their section, in their lane. And because we don't like a particular lane, like I know the lyrical, spiritual niggas, they like to shit on the trap niggas. The trap niggas like to shit on the lyrical, niggas. You know, the niggas who don't get pussy and don't like women, they like to shit on the female rappers and shit. So people just shit on the genre that they don't listen to. Right. But I'm one of those niggas that I appreciate every genre, and I have a favorite rapper in each genre. Like, for instance, Gucci Mane is top 5 for me. Yeah. Gucci Mane is top 5 for me.
Personal top 5?
Personal top 5. Personal. Like, I don't do overall because music is personal preference. So all that overall top 5 is dumb shit. Because we don't have stats other than record sales to quantify that. And if that's the case, we're going to go record sales. Will Smith is top 5. So personal top 5 because nobody's been more consistent. This motherfucker been releasing songs consistently for 20, 30 years. Before my voice cracked, Gucci was dropping.
Yeah, and that's why
but if I'm screaming into a forest with no one around, like somebody gonna hear it. Like you can drop for 30 years, you know.
People listen. I mean, it ain't like people been listening to Gucci. We can't it ain't like he ain't got.
When last time you listened to Gucci?
2 days ago.
Okay. New Gucci or old Gucci?
Yeah, rich nigga shit. That's my shit right there. Like
I'm just testing.
Gucci is in my top. Like one thing about my top 5 is those are people I listen. I base my top 5 on who I'm listening to, not who. Because a lot of you niggas, y'all base y'all top 5 on people y'all think is supposed to be top 5. Niggas be like, who you think is top 5? Mos Def, Eminem, Talib Kweli. You ain't listening to no damn Talib Kweli, but you think it's a lyrical nigga that's gonna make you sound like you know hip hop and shit, nigga. You listen to fucking Key Glock.
I did see Talib at a free concert not too long ago. It was nice.
Keyword free. Shout out.
It was free. It was
like my boy from Compton said.
It was a black event. So shout out to them. Summer of Soul.
Yeah, man.
No, you're right though.
Just to get by at the Super Bowl.
Your top 5 got to be who you listen to and who impact you.
Exactly.
Don't let. I see a lot of people. They base their top 5 of other people's top 5 off the world top 5. Like that's why I be like, give me your top 5. Don't give me what.
I gotta ask for yours. I don't know if you said it before.
I never said that. That's crazy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Drake is in my top 5.
So you're approved already.
Yeah, Drake is in my top 5 for sure. Because that dude just don't miss, man. He can rap and sing. And I didn't like how people was trying to make it seem like he wasn't a rapper. Like, come on, bro.
But let me ask you this question. You got a girlfriend or a wife, significant other?
Yeah. So
that's what I'm trying to tell people. A lot of you niggas don't get pussy.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I try to put myself in the mindset of a nigga who don't get pussy. And I thought to myself, like, you know what? I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? If I didn't get pussy, I wouldn't like Drake either. Think about it. If you're listening to Drake and you don't get pussy, what am I listening to? I'm stupid. I can listen to Kendrick all day if I don't get pussy. Because I can listen to Struggle and Gang Banging and all that hard. You know, I can listen to how my uncle molested me and all this other, how I'm being. Like, that's easy when I don't get pussy. But when you're listening about niggas talking about bitches and getting hoes and going through and all this other shit, when you get bitches or you have a woman or you have estrogen around you, you want to listen to the Futures. You want to listen to the Drakes. You want to listen to those type of people. So that's another thing too. You got to take into consideration when niggas be saying Drake trash. Do a pussy, observation. You got to do a pussy checklist. Like, wait a minute, does this nigga look like somebody? When's the last time this nigga like some vagina has been around this guy before I critique?
He the nigga on the wall just mean mugging everybody, or he's really trying to get a baddie?
Do you got Andre 3000 in your top 5? Because that's my most annoying person in the top
I didn't. No, I didn't. But I'm not saying he's not cold.
No,
but
he's
just one of
cold.
my top 5. Like
that's the number one. I don't know rap, but I'm gonna name drop to make it sound like I know rap.
Exactly.
Name.
I be in the motherfuckers be saying that. I know damn well for a fact you do not listen to these stacks. I roll with you, and I ride with you. I've been around you long enough. I never heard you listen to 3 stacks.
Yeah.
Come on, knock it off.
I'm old enough to remember when niggas trying to gas that Flute album for a weekend, bro. Where them
come
niggas
on
at?
now.
This nigga, that punk ass Flute album. We don't want to hear that shit. Like, stop.
I have a friend who like will put obscure, like he was just bashing DMX, and at one point he said Pooh Shiesty was better than DMX. So the trolling was getting out of control.
Acceptable.
But I'm just like, all these niggas, like he was we was my Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, like we're just going through the gauntlet. You know, we smoking, having a nigga session. And I'm like, I've been in the car with you 100,000 times. You've never played no Rakim. You never played no Big Daddy. They be showing it like
what's
niggas
going
just be
on
saying,
here,
niggas
bro?
just be
Just
saying
talking.
shit.
Man,
And
we
also
playing.
people have a take, so they got to stay on their take.
Exactly.
So you know, we got the Eminem guys, we got the Andre 3000 guys. They have to stand on that. And again, it's like at this point, you can kind of be the outlier. So you know, it should be yours. Like you said, you know, you put Drake in there ASAP. Like think about it. Like I put Drake. I'll put you know. I always stand by Jadakiss. Like I'll stand by that. Like I'm putting him up. I'll listen to anything he puts out. You may say he's washed. You know,
Jada always cold.
Yeah. So it's just personal, and we need to go back to having our own thing. We got to think for
Our
ourselves.
stuff changes all the time, so I don't really.
As it should.
I just know for a fact right now, like that always been in my top 3 is Drake, J. Cole, and me personally, the Game. I just like.
Wow, that's interesting.
West Coast Rick Ross.
Yeah,
That's interesting. The Game. Look, you know what? This is what I'll give. I'm not a fan of Game, but this is what I'll give the Game. The documentary will always be a classic to me. I remember being on back in basketball team years. The documentary used to be my little going to warm up for the game.
This is how we
album.
do was like even now. This is how we do is a great warm up song. You'll hear that instrumental all the time.
I want to know though, between y'all, just on some other stuff, since we've been talking about the guys, who y'all think is the best female rapper right now? Like, not overall, because that we get into semantics and opinions and shit. I'm talking about right now in the game. Because I'll tell you who. Because I woke up this morning, I'm talking to the wifey, and I'm thinking to myself, right now, to me,
GloRilla,
pound for pound, GloRilla is the number one rapper.
I would put money on that.
Female rapper in the world right now. To me,
I can say that. Yeah.
number one female rapper in the world right now is GloRilla.
Tank Davis or the
I ain't putting her over Meg. I ain't putting her over Nicki. I'm putting her over all these chicks right now as far as because GloRilla has something that every female don't got. And she has the ability to make songs that niggas and chicks will listen to. I'll be bumping the fuck out of GloRilla. That's why Sexy Red is be getting up. I don't condone Sexy Red. I can't stand Sexy Red. But she makes songs that niggas aren't ashamed of bumping. Right. That's the problem. And Meg has a couple songs like that too. I'll bump. That's my problem.
I don't vouch for Sexy Red. I'm not bumping.
I'm not saying we bump them personally. I've been at the club when Sexy Red has dropped.
I'm not bumping.
And I've seen niggas shimmying their shoulders and getting all in mode to it, bro. I was appalled.
You was at Lacage?
No, I was appalled.
Tits.
I was at Whitetail.
Okay.
I was appalled, but I had to, I had to give respect.
I agree with you on GloRilla and the take that, it has to transcend. It has to be, it's like I don't want to bring her up, but like the Caitlin Clark or WA. It transcends. Oh, she hoop like a nigga or Rike. So when you have that rap songs that we can listen to, it's not just tricking and eat me out. Like she got some hard shit. Only disclaimer, my only knock for all the new, I want to just say female rappers, is just the remaking of songs and redoing of songs.
The Sweetie Effect?
The Sweetie Effect, because GloRilla, her best songs is remixes of songs. Well, the last couple that dropped, but she's pound for pound hard. Her last album, ton of songs, glorious, ton of features. She do her thing, so I fuck with her. I know y'all saw her live. She opened up for Meg. She should be doing her own tour soon.
The Meg GloRilla concert.
They said it did like 100 rack streams. Now, of course, they counted like the songs that dropped, but that was news. They dropped 100 racks streams. The project. Within a day, I saw that yesterday. I was.
They'll do
shout out GloRilla.
And I guess like I said, they counted like all the singles, the hold on and all that shit. But she's for sure doing it right now. I think it's still. I think for a while we were like, the female version of what you're talking about with Talib was Rhapsody, and Tierra Whack. You don't listen to her now. I think it's changed now. It's about the whole rap game is about flow, popularity, and the whole thing. You rapping too much. it's over for that, and she has just enough like
the times
bars.
has changed. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a time where people was wanting that type of route. Like the culture changed, the audience changed, like the lifestyle has changed. So that's the thing.
I do like that new I like that caribou lazy flow.
That's surprising.
I like the little lazy stunting flow that a lot of these girls do. But like I said, GloRilla got it on lock right now. And like I said, a lot of these women don't have that effect to be able to bounce both ways. And like I fuck with Meg hard too. Nicki, I'm not so much of a fan. Cardi, she needs to drop an album, but Cardi rarely misses. Cardi, when she on a feature, she go crazy. The only thing I'm a little concerned with for Cardi is she's starting to lose too much weight, and the BBL is starting to look a little bit, it's not looking right no more.
I see why Offset left.
Yeah,
you looking crazy now.
Yeah.
I don't see why Offset left. He should have hung on for dear life because the Migos are done. Like I don't think you'll ever get another. You'll get a Cardi lookalike, but I don't know his life.
New girl fine though.
Bad.
Can't lie, new girl is fine.
Yeah, but that
I haven't seen it.
She'll be fine in a Jeep Cherokee. Well, you used to be fine in a Bentley. I don't know. But
Right.
I don't judge niggas. Get it how you live. But yeah, the female rap game right now is doing its thing. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the female rappers in Milwaukee are doing their thing. Like I mentioned earlier, DJ, one of my favorite rappers, she was on the show. Juke Marciano, she was on the show.
Yeah.
Bree Bougie, shout out to her. She doing things.
Yeah.
She always seems to keep it busy. Shout out to her. So, like I said, the female rappers in Milwaukee, anybody I miss, shout out to everybody that's doing their thing. They're making moves. And one thing I like is the women who don't have to rely on the sexuality. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those anti-sexuality gay niggas. But I do like it when a woman don't have to rely on that shit because her skill level is just up to par. And we need more of those women that come to the where their skill levels are. Yeah, they get sexy. Like that's why GloRilla right now is number one pound for pound for me. Because she went and got the titties done and let you know the titty meat is there.
Yeah.
But she's still going to get on her Grizzly flow and that Memphis Project Pat flow, that Juicy J influence. You can hear it. So I love what GloRilla got going on right now. The only thing I don't like about GloRilla is she signed to that bitch ass nigga Yo Gotti. But I'm not finna get into that conversation.
Yeah, the GloRilla,
long lived off.
The GloRilla sexy outburst. Like I fuck with it because. She was always talking like this, even when she was weak. Yeah. She kind of spoke into fruition, so now she got the body. I'm like, okay, I respect it. It reminded me of my guy Twan from high school. He was like 5'2". He's like, I'm gonna be 6'5". This nigga was always a little pipsqueak, and then as soon as he graduated, he turned 6'5". Can't do nothing with it. But GloRilla said, you know what? I'm gonna be a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch. Yeah. Now she's the same sentence with Damian Lillard. She hitting on niggas. It's not sexual assault, harassment.
I respect it.
She got it going on.
Now, we was talking about Milwaukee and everything, man. Like, it's just good to see the city, like, even with the music, like the ladies. We was talking about the ladies in the industry and the ladies in Milwaukee. It's just good to see where hip hop has came as a whole. Like I said, I just don't like the fact that we the only genre that, like, once you get older, you can't do this shit no more. They don't want to appreciate you no more. That's crazy.
But do you really want to hear 35, 40-year-old rappers unless they already been in the game? I mean, I'm not talking about 35. I mean, like, new 35, like, fresh.
It depends on what they talking about.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's not even like new people. It's just, we have I say it's like a running back or a college time frame.
Yeah.
You got 2 to 4 years, maybe 6 depending on who you are. You might be an outlier like a 21 Savage. You can linger around and go into the upper echelon. But most people, you get a little hit, it's 2 years, every once in a while I'll be chopped and I look at the music of 2010s, 11, 12s, 20s, like, damn, niggas had a couple hits. Yeah. You were doing our favorite rappers, damn, you're underground. It's just so many levels to that, but we've broken through the mainstream. I mean, right now, I think I would say JP is probably the biggest Milwaukee rapper I've seen. Like, from Milwaukee, claim Milwaukee, not K-Camp or like a Sheck West, who, like, nigga from here, like, he's big, just signed with Rock Nation, I think. Like, that's crazy, where I didn't like him, and then I saw so many people on Twitter just playing him, song of the year, Milwaukee niggas. For the first time I heard people say, Milwaukee niggas be talking that shit.
Yeah.
They was talking about tax-free and all the trap rappers. I'm talking about niggas from all over. I be on Twitter, talking. I'm like, damn, what? this is my routine to go to work. I'm like, damn, I never heard that in Milwaukee. You know, we've always kind of been the
We're not
joke.
used to that. We're not used to that.
Because even we saw it with Certified. He got to a certain level, and I saw people like, I want to make these type of beats. I want to do this. So we got the recognition, and it's kind of crazy. We got people doing right. We got people representing. And
because these young niggas, these new generation niggas is actually working together. See, I'm 35. I'm from the generation that where everybody, the second you had 100 views on SoundCloud, you was famous. You felt you acted famous toward. That's the generation I came up in. So a lot of you SoundCloud era niggas, the second y'all start getting them SoundCloud views, y'all start walking around with y'all noses up and acting like y'all was fucking Kanye motherfucking West and shit. That's the reason why that generation didn't do shit. This new generation, the TikTok generation, they get the views. The views don't really mean as much to them because they can get them so fast. Yeah. So it seemed like they're a lot more prone to work together, collab together. You see JP working with Big Mike and all this other stuff, like coming together. You see them doing shows and stuff. Not to say that we weren't doing that before, but I'm talking about it seemed to be a lot less ego driven and a lot less more. And another thing that's different is back in the day, the second motherfuckers got a little hot, they didn't want to claim Milwaukee. They wanted to be from another place. They was fake Chicago niggas, fake Atlanta niggas. Now these young niggas they're getting on and they're embracing Milwaukee and like a motherfucker. They're putting Milwaukee on. That's what it is to put Milwaukee on. Going to another city and saying you from, that's not putting shit on. That's what a lot of you niggas did back in the day. These niggas now, they stand in the city, they shooting videos in the city, they spending money in the city, and then when they go viral, they're in the city. They talk like us. That's another, like y'all niggas switch y'all lingo up. Y'all start talking like South niggas. Y'all start talking like LA niggas. That's why I got so much respect for these new niggas that's doing it now. They kept the lingo. They kept the fucking how we talk. They embraced how our culture is. So now when I'm listening to a Milwaukee nigga, it sounds like a Milwaukee nigga. Now, and for the longest, we were one of the few cities that didn't do that. We sounded like everybody else. But now that I sound like us, now people can appreciate our originality and what we bring to the table.
Love it, bro. And it's a beautiful, like I said, that's a beautiful thing to see. Like watching these videos and seeing how they doing the dances we used to do, or that people still do. Like it's a generation. Like we was banging and stuff. Now they banging and stuff, and they adding different moves to it. The beats is
little
back,
zestier moves, but
little zestier.
They do it.
We didn't do
like they say, I'd rather see them do that than shooting each other.
Exactly.
That's a weird cop out, but in today's age,
our backs and knees weren't as loose as theirs.
But what's crazy?
That's not true. Niggas was doing a spectacular from Pretty Ricky grind on the.
But what's crazy
though?
These youngers is hitting the zesty dance, but still we'll get on that with you.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's scary.
That's scary. Like so.
That is scary. Niggas be zesty as hell with a Pooh Shiesty mask and musty. Like, you got to watch these young niggas. Like, you don't know what you're going to get with these young niggas
and
now.
Don't fear nothing.
At the end of the day, I appreciate their fearlessness is what scares me about them sometimes, because it makes a lot of this generation dangerous. But at the same time, it's then opened up doors for them. That's then took a lot of these platforms that we was playing around with, they took it to a whole nother level. And if you one of these old niggas hating, you need to do like the rest of us rap niggas who used to rap and start a podcast and start appreciating. And get out the fucking way. Because these young niggas coming and ain't nothing stopping them. They more in tune with technology than we are. They more in tune with promo than we are. And the biggest thing is, like we alluded to with the podcast, they're more in tune with the algorithm than we are. We didn't know
shit about algorithm.
We didn't know. We just started saying algorithm a couple years ago. We didn't know what the fuck. All we knew was rhythm. Wasn't no algo on it. Wasn't no algo on it
like,
for a couple years
talking
ago.
About algorithm? What you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And they know how to get a bag from a lot of this stuff too. So it's like you gotta respect that, and like you ain't never too old to learn from these people. That's what it be. People be hating like, man, them niggas on, man. Like, nah, you get on board. You know what I'm saying? Be happy for them, and you can learn something from them and put yourself in a better position or whatever, man.
Yeah, man. So shout out to the young niggas. That's the key to your culture. The culture comes from the youth. I don't care. I'm not saying the older people can't do shit. I'm 35, so I'm not saying that older people can't do things and we can't be a part of the culture and we don't have talent. But the culture is dictated by the youth. That's on every level. The rest of us are just following it or doing our own rendition of what we feel like is the culture.
I agree. I just don't trust this particular generation of the youth, but I'm gonna go with Gen Alpha. Maybe I'm waiting for the 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, but the Gen Z, they burnt to me. But you right, because I get hit with all the time. I'll be online playing the game. Niggas is, I know you old nigga. I had a 2K builder. Nigga said, I know how you play. You an old nigga. You must have grew up on Ben Wallace. Nigga said I was my chest just caved. I said, what the hell? Like I had to get with it. You know, I'm like, damn, I'm boxing out, passing outlet passes, and I'm like, oh, they right. Post moves, like yeah. So I respect it because you know if I see a young nigga with a shiesty and a switch, I'm like,
I ain't gonna lie, I move around.
I move around. I walk to the other side of the street.
Yeah,
I walk to the other side of the street like a black man in Mississippi in 1964. Like that's just me.
Man,
you got to be careful with these young niggas, bro. Especially like I said, we always talk about the niggas that's playing music out loud in the gas station and shit. Like them niggas who never put headphones in, they're paranoid. Yeah. They're street niggas. Like at first I thought they were just slow.
Who else was scary? Niggas who wear, like you said, shiesties, full winter gear in the summer. They scare me.
That's dangerous.
Those are the pill popping ass.
So I'm like, oh my God,
niggas,
you have to be hot in that motherfucker. Like I know you dusty, you broke. You might not have a gun. You might just like cut a niggas. I don't know. I'll be looking like, this don't look right.
Like they can endure some pain or endure something. Like you on a 90-degree day, hoodie with the ski mask on. It's crazy.
It's just it's a different generation, man. But at the end of the day, we gotta embrace it. You get older quicker when you don't embrace what's going on with the youth. That's what I realized. You know, so when you become that, I'm old school and I'm only gonna do shit my way and I'm not gonna embrace the young shit, and you're not in tune with what the young people is doing. I feel like that ages you quicker, not just mentally but physically as well, because you're not in tune with a lot of what's going on that's keeping everybody young right now. So embrace the youth so you can stay youthful yourself. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, and like I said, they're doing it better. I don't care how. Like I said, I hate it when people like to talk like, oh, Michael Jordan and all of them niggas was better than that. Stop that shit, bro. Everything is better now. Everything is better now. Okay. Stop it. Like, Michael Jordan would be Jimmy Butler today.
Oh, that's a crazy take.
Jimmy Butler.
We don't got enough camera time.
Jimmy Butler.
That's a story. That's a whole other
You put Jimmy Butler on that 90s Bulls team, they still win 6 rings.
You sound crazy, nigga.
I think Jordan. I'm just leave it right here. I think with the skill Jordan had then, and you put him in today's athletics and trainers and all that stuff they got, I think he'd be.
Maybe I force Jimmy Butler. Fuck Jimmy Butler. I don't even like Jimmy Butler. But what if you put Vince Carter on those teams back in the 90s? You don't think he win no ring like VC? Or let's say you put LeBron, like because we compare LeBron to Jordan, right? VC. So let's put LeBron on the 90s Jordan's teams with Pippen and stuff. How many rings they win?
They might win as much, but him
8 because he don't retire and play baseball and all this other bullshit. You know, he's locked in. But all I'm saying is just the metaphor to go with all of this is I'm saying as an older guy, you have to appreciate the evolution of life.
Right.
And somebody told me something is like saying, and it made me stop saying that I'm old school because I was listening to a podcast. And he was like, saying you old school is not a flex. That's like saying I have a phone and I haven't updated it in 20 years. You're embracing the fact that you're not upgrading your brain with the times. Right. Like, because most of 90% of the shit that's happening now is old school shit that has been advanced and has been perfected and has been just upgraded and shit. So if you're not upgrading, when I hear niggas saying old school, to me it's the equivalent of a motherfucker telling me, oh, I have a sidekick. I have a BlackBerry Pearl. Motherfucker, fuck that. Like, it's time to upgrade your shit. Right. Like, I have a Grand Prix. I have a Grand Am. Like, no, go
Impala.
get you. Yeah. Like, it's time to upgrade your shit. Like, these cars got screens and shit in them, Bluetooth and shit in them now. You still rolling your window up talking about some you old school. Your arm hurting shit. You rolling the window up. You old school. Fuck that. Upgrade with the times. Right. It's okay to upgrade it with the times. A lot of y'all too broke to update with the times. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of broke niggas took that old school shit as a way to disguise the fact that they can't afford to upgrade. Yeah. I'm old school and shit. No, you can't afford the new shit. Just say it that. You can't afford the new shit.
Yeah, or they too scared to even upgrade, like, because like, you let it go.
You're not smart enough because the technology is going over your head.
Yeah, that too.
So now, I'm old school. I only write down my bars. Yeah, because you got a notepad in your phone, nigga. You can save all your shit right there. Right. But you old school because you don't know how to go to the apps in your phone. So, like, you got to watch motherfuckers be saying that old school shit because a lot of that is a cop-out for their lack of funds or lack of knowledge. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with upgrading your brain. We update our phones. We upgrade our cars. We upgrade everything but the brain.
Right. Why wouldn't you want to upgrade?
Brain still on PS2 settings and shit. But we got the Xbox One or the Xbox X. We got the PS5 and shit. But the brain still, you got to blow the cartridge and shit to get your brain to start up because you ain't update the shit. So that's all I'm about. Upgrade everything, man. You know, ain't nothing wrong with being a little bit with the new school and learning how we do shit now. And you only got to be, like I said, I'm for toxic masculinity. I'm pro toxic masculinity. That's what I'm about. So you don't got to embrace everything, but advancements in your way of thinking ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right. You know, I hear you. And I appreciate y'all coming on the show, man.
I appreciate you like a motherfucker.
Man, this is a dope episode, but we gotta do this again for sure. I really want to do this again with y'all, man.
You gotta come through, fuck with us one time, man, so you can get spirit.
I love the crossover episodes, like the '90s, you know, Fresh Prince and the Family Matters.
Yeah,
I love that vibe. Everybody coming to our own arenas.
Yeah,
and you gotta feel what I feel. Like what I told you when we first got here, I was like, oh, it's so refreshing. I don't have to do no work. I could just talk.
Yeah, just sit down. But
that's what you gotta experience.
Get the nerves too.
That's what I love about being on other people's show. I can just talk. I don't got you for the edit. You got to do all the work.
Yeah, we have the griminess. We have everybody mixing their own shit, like the J. Cole stat. When you other people's shit, even from Cameron shit to Jeff T shit, you have guys editing and everything. So for us to do it ourselves, it's rewarding in a sense. Of course, I say Eric do his thing. I asked a while back, if I could help out. He said I want to, he run it, so I got much respect, and that's tough. So yeah, man, I'm glad we got to do this shit. It was a great link up, and we gotta do this again.
Most definitely, this is always dope. Iron sharpen iron, and just showing love to each other with our brands, like that. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Let the people know where they can find y'all at with y'all social media and everything, man.
All right, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to those that are listening right now. Make sure you go to Instagram at WSIGAD_podcast. That WSIGAD is the acronym for Why Should I Give It Up? So WSIGAD_podcast on Instagram. We got a lot of clips, a lot of shit going on there. Make sure you follow us on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. WSIGAD podcast on there as well. And on Facebook, make sure you like that page. Why Should I Give It There, man? And come fuck with us. We give you entertainment, current events, hip hop, debates, all of the above, and we like to just have real ass conversations. And those of you that are doing your things in the city of Milwaukee, reach out so we can provide a platform for you guys to come and talk your shit with us as well, man. So nothing but love, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all know. You got a page?
Everything page? He said, man. Shout out to Rick.
Okay.
I ain't giving my shit out. I be wilding too much. But you want to, you can dive through everything, find his. But yeah, shout out to Rick for having us.
Yeah, man.
It was a great link up. I appreciate it.
Most definitely. Like I was happy when y'all reached out, man. Most definitely. I've been watching y'all shit. Y'all watch my shit. Let's make it happen.
Day, man.
And like I said, shout out to everybody who watch our shows.
Absolutely.
Follow us. Continue to do that. We appreciate y'all. And just a message to everybody out here trying to do something. Stay consistent. Like y'all heard us talking about consistency. Stay consistent. Stay down. Don't worry about what nobody else is doing and what the views is and if the money coming yet or nothing. Like, because all that stuff gonna come in due time. And then just stay down and just do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Rick Taylor Entertainment, Rap Draft, and Why Should I Give a Damn podcast link up. You already know what it is, man. We gone.
Hey, man.